Welcome everybody to this Cake Day Awards. Can you share the slides? So the Cake Day is for Community Awards for KNIME Excellence. So it's we want to honor this day our contributors of the month. You know that we have this award. It's our top awards for the KNIME community, which is the COTM, the Contributor of the Month. The COTM award is assigned in recognition of technical skills. Of course, they have to be technically proficient experts, and for the contribution and the advancement of the KNIME community. So they need also to give back to the KNIME community. The COTM award then is assigned to KNIME users who have shown excellent technical skills and of course have contributed back to the community as learning experience, for example, in education, faster. Hello, you have to, I don't know why it doesn't share. Also faster and more exhaustive technical support, for example, in the forum, sharing of knowledge via blog posts, YouTube videos, articles, and then of course, community notes for the developers, community components, and then a stronger KNIME presence on social media. So those are the criteria how we choose the contributors of the month. Now, how do you become a contributor of the month? You need to be nominated. So if you have a friend or a cousin or a colleague and somebody who would like to nominate you because he believes or she believes in your skills and in your technical capabilities, then of course he can nominate you. Just go into this COTM candidate proposal form. They have to fill a few fields to propose you. And in some of the fields, there must be also the reason why this person is being nominated. So again, the process is that somebody proposes you, then we meet once a month, and then based on the people who have been proposed, we choose the best candidates to become the contributor of the month. So what do you get for the awards? Of course, you get recognition on social media. You get the honor to be in the KNIME Hall of Fame on the KNIME page. You get a physical award, a physical trophy. That's what we are going to distribute today. And then you get the KNIME Press booklet. In this booklet, we collect an article, we write or we collect an article already written by or about the current contributor of the month. So we have here this Best of KNIME collection. So the book here is printed in paper, but then of course you can also download it as PDF from the KNIME Press webpage. We start now with a panel, and this panel discussion is going to be led by Roberto, and he's going to interview the two contributors of the month who joined us here today. Roberto?
Yeah, thank you, Rosalia. Thank you for the introduction. So I would like to invite our two contributors of the month that are on site. So please join me on stage, and let's just sit and talk. Yeah, welcome.
It's a very good couch. I need to have a home.
So welcome everybody again to this panel discussion, to this that we decide to call Cake Talk. You get right why it's called Cake Talk. I think you have the name to explain. I would like to briefly introduce our two co-TMs for people that are watching us or that don't know you already. And we have Raffaello Barri. Hi, Raffaello. Thanks for being with us today.
For inviting.
He is a data consultant at BIP in Milan, in Italy. And he was awarded KNIME Contributor of the Month in December 2022. And why, you may wonder? Because he had excelled in providing advanced solutions for basically almost a year of just KNIME challenges. So it was a great commitment, great solutions, advanced solutions, and ever since he has been also super active and supporting users on the KNIME forum. So thank you for your work.
Thank you.
And our next guest, our next co-TM is Arin Peters. So welcome and thank you for joining us also today on this Cake Talk. He's an aircraft data consultant very, very complicated. We'll talk about what it is later.
Sure.
And support engineer at Extin Aviation Solutions in Amsterdam. So thank you for coming all the way as well from the Netherlands to Germany. He's sort of a junior COTM graduate in a sense, because he received the award or the prize, let's say, in June of this year. So quite recent. And why, you may wonder again. He has excelled, let's say, in providing technical support on the forum. So we have, as a user, we often use the forum as our main source to get help. And he has excelled in how constant, how well crafted this answer, and to the value that it brings to the community. So thank you again. And also, even if we don't have it here today with us, I would like to thank all the other KNIME contributors of the month of this season for their incredible work as teachers, as developers, as supporters, as social media influencer that they do in their daily work or in their daily usage of KNIME across all the year. So thank you very much, and we hope to have you one day also with us in presence in Constance or one or other venues. We have a great audience. Thank you for this. All right, so I would say let's start with our conversations, otherwise it's a monologue. I've already introduced a little bit what you guys do, who you are, but I think you are the best people to introduce yourself. So I would like to ask you to introduce yourself, your professional self, and how you work with data. So, Raffaello, you want to go first, maybe?
Okay, please. So again, Raffaello, I'm 28 and I live and work in Milano. I work with data in let's say, not in a complex way as Arjen. Let's say I started with Excel and I had my ups and downs and then moved to KNIME. I've been using it for like the last 2 years, and me switching from one software to KNIME was totally smooth. So I'm very glad I discovered this software. It solved me a lot of issues.
A lot of time, maybe also, right?
A lot of time, a lot of painful problems. Yeah.
A lot less headaches right now.
Yeah.
It's great to hear. Okay, and Arjen, what about you?
Yeah, I work as an aircraft data consultant, and for us, KNIME is our main platform.
Okay.
What we often do is data migration. We extract data from a source system, we transform it according to business and technical rules, and then we create a particular output that a new system wants. So we help airlines, we help maintenance organizations to make sure that their data gets across smoothly, and we use KNIME full time for that. So
that's basically a huge ETL pipeline.
It's the biggest pipeline that we have. So yeah, KNIME is our #1 tool. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds quite great. And so thank you for sharing this a little more about yourself. And I would like to, you already partially replied to this question, but I will still, go deeper into the details of this. How do you think KNIME can actually help anyone working really with data, whether they are data engineers or maybe data scientists or data analysts? We have, different data personas, data professionals out there. So maybe even regardless of their background, right? So do you have, I already told us that it is working a lot with ETL pipelines.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a take in other directions also for other professionals?
Yeah, I think for me, the main point here is that KNIME is a very versatile tool. So you can get as complex as you like. We choose to make it very complex and push the system a little bit, but you can start very basic. There are very basic workflows, very basic nodes, but ultimately that can still help you, and that can save you time and make your operation more and more efficient. So what I like is that KNIME is used for a lot of different industries. So you have a lot of extensions, community extensions, which are dedicated to chemistry and all that kind of topics. So KNIME is a very versatile tool, and you can get as crazy as you like, and that's what I like about the platform as well.
Yeah, thanks, Raffaello. Do you have something else to add?
Yeah, I think it's a very good point, but I think that one of the best things I like about KNIME is the fact that it really helps you focus on the thing that matters, so getting the results. If you personally at university, I took a very small machine learning course, and I had to know the theories, the algorithms, and how they work, of course, but also I had to be able to code in Python, which for a management engineer is not, let's say,
Easy to understand.
yes. Also, I had no time to learn how to properly code in Python. So I understood that I had to spend a lot of time practicing on coding when the real results, what mattered was on the other side. With KNIME, you can, let's say, minimize the time spent working on secondary aspects and be more focused on your results.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that is great is the fact that you can hide all this complexity. So if you have, I don't know, some colleagues that are not so confident modeling or crunching numbers, you can help them and also hide all the complexity and let them play with few parameters and stuff, so that everyone is happy. Me as a developer, so that everything is, let's say, limited. This is your playground, don't go out. And also for them, because they say, cool, I have my playground, I know what to use and what to touch, and that's it.
They don't get scary by so much complexity, right?
Yes,
and they can still get what they need.
That's why we also build data apps a lot, just so that the user only has to click a few buttons, select a connection that he wants to use. We do all the hard work on the background. They only give we only give what they need.
Yeah. In the end, all you need is just a button to press, right? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
that's useful. Okay, and I would like now to go a little bit deeper into your personal experience with the software. And so how did you come across with KNIME Analytics platform? And what was your first impression at the time when you first encountered the software? Did you have like there was at some point a wow or a turning point in your relationship, let's say, with the software? Who want to start? Maybe you can start.
Yeah, for us, the main reason why we eventually got to KNIME is the KNIME server, and also creating components and meta nodes, because that was the biggest issue that we had. We were reusing or reinventing the wheel quite a lot for something which was more or less similar. Since the projects that we do often have the same characteristics, so we were looking for that standardization. And that's what KNIME had to offer for us. So that was the biggest plus as to why we chose the platform. Since all of us were already used to ETL tools and this kind of system, the transition was relatively smooth, but we were first looking around quite a lot, because you're used to a particular way of working, you're used to nodes, and we were quite uncertain at first what are the KNIME equivalent ones. Something that we could do in one step at first had to be done in 3 steps in KNIME, etc. So we started a list of saying, this is the old node, this is the KNIME equivalent. We also came together quite a lot initially, since we're a small group. So we just sat down asking each other, how did you solve this? How did you do this? Have you already seen this node, etc.? And then gradually we started to internally build the KNIME knowledge, and then get the most out of the system, basically. Yeah.
So you migrate not only the tool, but also the people, right? At some point.
Yeah.
It's a complex part.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Cool. And what about you, Paolo? How was your first encounter with KNIME? What was your impression?
Well, it was my former boss, Niccolo, who introduced me to KNIME. He told me about the low-code coding approach, and also some software I could have a look to. But at the time he told me this, I had no time, because still I was trying to improve using my Excel, PowerPoint, and Power BI skills. Okay, so I had to wait for the summer. I came back from a holiday, still had some days off, so I get bored easily. So I said, okay, let's start learning KNIME. But it was a great decision, because after that I came back to work and said, listen, I've taken the courses and this is the result. And he said, that's cool, but you won't be able to fully understand the potentialities of the software just playing around with these examples. Start using it at work.
Okay.
So he started assigning me tasks that I would normally perform using Excel. And at the beginning, it was struggling, but I've been lucky because I had the opportunity to use it 8 hours a day and sometimes even more, because after finishing work, close the file, saved it, and open the other ones I had with my personal stuff. And that went on for weeks, months. And after that, Excel who? Yeah.
You never touch it afterwards.
For
Barely.
very, very, let's say, stupid
Yeah, yeah.
computations and stuff like that, taking notes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's quite great. Yeah, that's that's mentorship, right?
Yeah.
Also from his side. So
I-
you were lucky, I guess, also to have somebody in your upskilling that was a mentor, not only a boss, maybe. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's quite great. And so yeah, I think you already mentioned it a little bit from your answer. I think we already got it. But so do you think that in essence, is KNIME making your work more agile, more or faster or smoother? If you were to pick like a couple of adjectives, what would they be?
Yeah, I think in many ways, workflows that we now create are mainly standardized. So we have a lot of components that we create. We have our own library of components, and at the moment, once we have touched upon a particular topic or a particular request that we get from a customer, we now have a workflow on the shelf which we can pull off. We only have to change the input, and all of the rest is already there. So that greatly saves us time. Also on the data app side that we have. Whenever we get a request from a customer, we can just grant them access, and the workflows are built in such a way that we do not have to do anything anymore. So those are that's the biggest benefit that we get from using KNIME and the KNIME server. That also helps our customers because they come with the requests. It takes us an hour to get them up and running, and everyone is happy basically.
Of course. So your reusability and automation are at their best.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. How would you describe, like, if you were to use an adjective or to describe like how KNIME has improved or affected or let's say enhanced your work?
I think if I have to pick a word, I'd say independent, because after learning the basics, you get an idea, not complete because there's a lot of stuff you can do, but you get a basic idea of all the opportunities you have. You just need to go on the forums, seek for some examples that can fit your case, and then you can really do whatever you want. Yeah. I was asked to solve some, let's say, problems that were more complex, and sometimes problems that were very stupid tasks. Okay. But I understood that whatever the problem, I just needed to take some time, think about how to approach the problem, and then solve it. And I always do it by myself. And the forum, of course, but still not asking anyone, maybe someone with more tech skills or specific skills. I didn't have to wait for no one giving me answers or help.
Okay, that's great. And also people on the forum then find you guys who are experts and great supporters. So I guess it's even better, right?
People start tagging you already.
Exactly.
But asking questions, yeah.
They know who to ask.
Yeah, they know
for a
where to go,
specific
yeah.
set of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to
Yeah.
that later. Okay, and so if you were to name, let's say, a feature, a KNIME feature or a KNIME node that you say, this is my favorite, I couldn't do without, what would that be?
Yeah. By chance, we both mentioned column expressions.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a case.
Not by chance, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Not by
nice.
chance.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. For us, in our case, we use a lot of calculations which are condition based, and that's column expression. That's an easy task. It's also a bit of a personal preference in what the syntax of column expression is. It's just easy to write. You have all the buttons to click, all the functions that are available to you. So Yeah, I basically don't have a script anymore, which does not have a call of expression. So no, that's just the number one for me.
Yeah,
to work
it's
with.
very powerful. It's very
Yeah,
powerful.
it's
And
very
it's
powerful.
often the case that people mention it as one of their favorites.
Yeah.
Do you have probably similar explanation, Rafael?
Yes, exactly the same. Because you can do very different things that maybe you can find in specific notes,
Yeah.
but all at once.
Right.
So maybe it's not the best advice, because if you are using something like KNIME, you should use specific notes for each task. But if you have something that it has to be quickly made, it's the best option. Yeah.
At some point, the column expression will start to struggle if you put a few million rows in it. So then you are at the point where you might still have to switch to the to the other nodes to perform the same operation. But for like smaller data sets, it would be the most powerful
Okay.
tool that I have. Yeah.
We get that. We get this. We should probably do statistics about what the answer we get, because this is often the case that people mention this node. Now I have a question specific for Raffaello. So people, you have been listening from Raffaello and how KNIME has enabled for him to work independently, and how he is a contributor of the month, so he must have excelled in the usage of KNIME. But you probably be surprised that he started using the software roughly a year ago, right? Maybe a little bit more than a year ago. So not
slightly more.
We're not talking about 20 years of experience or 10 years of experience,
and also
still
from, let's say, a management background. So I'm not a coder, not
but still, like, you reach great result, and you also now are a reference for support on the forum. So
for some aspects.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great. It's great. So, and my question then would be, how easy it was to actually learn KNIME, and how long did it actually take you? Like, if you would say 1 month, 2 months to actually get up to speed.
I'm very glad to say that this learning period never stopped. The platform is so big with so many things that there's always something more you want to get to know and to use. But let me say that to get that famous 20% knowledge that can get you to the 80% of problems, citing the Pareto law, might be a couple of months.
Okay.
But I was very lucky because, as I told you, I could use it extensively for at work. It's very important for me that a beginner doesn't approach this as something that you do, let's say, once and then you let things go pass by and so on. There's an Italian saying that goes "batti il ferro finché è caldo," so keep beating the iron until it's hot. Because if you leave things, if you let time pass by, the iron gets cold and you beat and nothing happens. Keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and you will see.
And keep going. Yeah, that's a very good. So people, you get a piece of advice as well. And because you join also so many just many challenges, did maybe that help you also have a let's say a look or a perspective into different maybe parts of the software that you maybe don't necessarily use in your daily work routine?
Yeah, let me tell you that at work, sometimes I have to solve problems and I say, I remember that I see this part in a certain challenge, like the one REST APIs with genes. Do you remember? I do, because I used it many times. So I say, I don't remember the number. Let me scroll through the website. Here's it. It's number 12. It's number 15, whatever. I download the solution and then go back to how you do that. Because of course, if you are facing this kind of problems once in a while and not very frequently, you don't remember them. It was a great way, and I think it was a brilliant way for you to speak about some corner problems, some niche that is not easy to not easy to solve. So you gave many examples about how to deal with them.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually in fact the idea, right? A little bit to provide a sort of diffuse way of upskilling people, different topics and touching different techniques. And because, not everybody maybe does machine learning at work, or not everybody does calls to REST API services. So exactly that's the point, right? So thank you for this answer. And actually have a question also for both of you, because as I said already, they are very much active on the forum. They give great support. And so first of all, would you like to share your forum handle for your username so people can, tag you more?
We don't need all.
What are you called? Do you have a funny one? Fun username?
Just a simple one, RNEX. That's it.
Okay.
Very
perfect.
easy to find.
So people take notes. What about you, Rafael? What is it?
Leloba.
Leloba. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have now. You guys have it. You can back them on the forum.
We'll check our boxes after this.
And do you have sort of a kind of area of specialty when you answer questions? There like some question that thinks, okay, this is definitely my area. I can definitely support this user who is asking a question.
Yeah, for me, it's mainly basic data manipulation, regex, calls to APIs. That's also what I do quite a lot. Looping, recursive loop is always a very tricky one, which people have a lot of issues with.
I agree.
So that's it's just let's say the core features of KNIME in terms of manipulation. So column expressions, of course, since that is our most favorite node. Yeah, those are the main area. Anything related to Python, I stay away. I always scroll past those. So I just pick and choose wherever I see fit that I can help out. So that's how I usually scroll through the forum.
For the question. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Rafael? Do you have also an area of specialty?
I think I can agree with him because basically I see the question and I try to imagine the solution. Wherever I can help, I'm glad to.
Okay.
So it's just like more or less a form of giving back what I've taken for so long. So read through many questions, answered by other people, then being answered to when I directly make a question. And also at some time I understood that my level was enough to start helping back others. So that's it.
That's perfect. And do you have maybe one question that was especially hard that you were very proud that you actually could provide a solution? Do you have this memory?
It's actually what I wrote in the book. There's a chapter that I wrote, which is handling API responses in a recursive loop. So that's mixing the two of them. That took quite some hours to finally figure out.
Okay.
So that was one of the biggest challenges that I worked with. Yeah.
That's commitment. That's commitment.
And how to solve it is then available and written down in the book. So the details are there.
Yeah. So people, please go to the website. It's for free. Download it. Enjoy it. Yeah. What about you, Rafael? Do you have a question that was like, oh, this is very hard, but I managed to still provide an answer?
I had to think about this question for a while. And honestly, I don't have a question that was so difficult that made me sweat. There was, but there was a situation that I came up to, and it was, I remember, something that it was not so technically difficult, but I think that me and the user I was trying to help didn't quite understand each other. So he said, let's go in a Zoom meeting and try to solve it directly.
Okay.
But at the point I accepted, I had no clear idea what the problem was because I could not understand it. I could not see the problem. So I went inside a meeting without knowing what the problem was. Maybe I was not even able to solve it. I was using KNIME. I'd been using KNIME for something like 6 months, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. So my level was not that good. But still, after 1 hour and a half inside the team, I managed to solve it.
That's great.
Yes, I'm stubborn. So I said,
Not let go.
I won't let it go.
Yeah.
I have to solve it. I have to.
That's great. And also, that's a great testimony of what commitment that the KNIME community support is, right? You even went on a call with this person to actually try to, help this person that would, whoever doubts that community support is not good, you haven't met these people clearly. Okay, and I have a question that tries to look a little bit forward into the future. Recently we had, data science and data analytics is changing and evolving constantly, right? There's no one endpoint. And so let's say like the cool kid of the moment is AI. It's large language models and all this conversation around this. And so I wanted to ask whether you are using or if you have tried to use the KNIME an extension for AI, so for the nodes around LLM. Have you tried using it already?
Yeah, we've done a few test projects. Normally, we do not really use it because we are often bound to business rules. Aviation is a very regulated business as well, so regulation and AI is a bit of a gray area still. Mainly, we're looking at natural language processing, NLP nodes. We have played around with some active learning.
Okay.
So it's normally that we get a certain request from a customer, and then that triggers us saying, well, hey, we could potentially deploy NLP here. So we're testing around, we're gradually improving. We have a lot of interns and graduates that we take along, and we tell them,
experiment, go try it,
have fun. And we'll see you on the other side, and we'll see what you created. So we just use those kind of projects to develop that, to use it more in detail. But that's more or less still in a sort of development stage. So we just take it off the shelf whenever we see fit that we can use it.
Yeah.
One idea that we recently put on the shelf is we also use support tools from our software providers. And what we often have is that we encounter an issue and then we need to search on that support tool if there was already a similar case. So what we're thinking about is scraping that entire support tool, put it in a model, and then that should give us the opportunity to say, well, I'm encountering this issue, give me an output saying these are all of the similar support cases that have been issued previously. Look at the answers that were provided there, and that should then also save us time. So it's in that range that we're looking
it's
to.
a massive similarity that search, basically.
So
that
hopefully enhances and reduces our workloads.
And makes stuff much faster. Probably.
For sure, definitely,
Okay, cool. And do you have have you played with this nodes or with this extension or with LLMs in general?
I think I played with this extension when it was released, but just for the sake of curiosity, no special need to be solved. So I'd say yes, but it's more like a no.
I see. Yeah, and in general, as Arian was mentioning, there's in business context there are obviously also other concerns, right? Data, privacy, confidentiality, and all those things that, of course, if you use a API-based service, then you have to be careful of.
It's very scary for most to give data away to an AI model because they don't really know what's happening under the hood. So
it's complex.
Yeah, we need to convince them first as well before we actually start doing it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Of the need of it.
Yeah, of the need of it. Yeah,
absolutely. We are almost basically reaching the end. I would like to ask, since we have an audience, maybe people that are online don't know, but we have an audience here, and I would like to ask if there is any question from the audience for our guest. Do you guys have questions?
Maybe I was wondering if there is a particular workflow that you remember that you were shocked about how maybe simply and with not few nodes you achieve some complex result on the other hand.
Good question.
Something very simple.
To be honest, typically I'm astonished by how the problem became how, let's say, the question was complex and how complex the workflow becomes and how simple the output is. That's my typical situation. Finding a workflow that was so easy, but I don't know.
Here we have some complex question also from the audience.
Yeah, what I normally do in such cases, then on at face value, it might look simple, but if you look in the notes, I can still have a column expression or a Java snippet which has 60 lines, which deals with all of the rules that I need to apply. So it's a bit of a relative term. yeah, for us, we are not really surprised by anything anymore at this stage because we have seen so many cases. So we just find the most optimal one depending on what we need to do. So yeah, for us, there is not really a layer anymore in complex or simple. Yeah.
It's more about in the end, the entire process, right? Whether they work.
Yeah, it's all connected to each other in the end. So basically every single node is depending and I'm waiting on what's happening before that. So yeah, it comes in so many levels that it's a bit hard to give a specific example on that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we are with this. We are basically about to conclude our cake talk. And so I would like to thank you again for being with us,
Sure,
for
thank you.
answering my questions and for sharing your expertise and your knowledge. And with that, I would like actually to call back Rosaria on stage because we will shortly continue to the award ceremony.
Thank you. Give us 5 minutes. We need a change of scenery, and then we will give the awards.
Yes, a little interval.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5, 4. Start counting.
Start the clock.
Start the clock.
Welcome back. We are now going to distribute the awards, both virtually and in presence. I would like to call with me Armin. He was the previous contributor of the month from the previous edition, and he's going to distribute the awards to the new contributors of the month from this edition. So from old COTM to new COTMs. Okay, then let's start. So the first one is.
So yeah, our first awardee this year is Raffaello Bari from Italy.
So Raffaello, we know already he's the. Please. We know already that Raffaello is the winner of the season 1 of the Just KNIME challenges. We have heard that many times, and of course, he's a great forum contributor.
Yeah, and he has shared so many workflows on his KNIME Hub. Thank you so much for your contributions. Yeah, grazie.
Picture. Picture.
And the book, maybe?
You already got the book?
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, next is Arjen Peters from Netherlands.
So Arjen is the trusted friend
Bit too tall for the
and the
credit.
tall contributors of the KNIME forum.
Yeah, he has almost 200 solutions already, and he is now an all-time top 10 contributor. Thank you for your contributions.
No problem.
Thank you both.
Very good, very good. Thanks a lot.
Here.
It's
Very good. Thanks to a few people. Thanks to all of the 9 people here for inviting us. Very grateful to be here. Thanks to Scott for always responding to my forum messages. Also thanks to Nagarjuna and Tatjana from the KNIME team to support us. It's on to more years with KNIME. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. And yeah, also we have contributors that couldn't make it. And one of them is Kazutaka Watari from Japan.
He completed the 66 days of data challenge, and then he went on to do a new 100 days of data challenge.
Yeah, he's a KNIME champion on social media. Yeah, thank you, Kazutaka.
Thank you. And next.
And next we have Anil Kumar Sharma from India.
He's also, together with Raffaello, the winner of the season 1 of the Just KNIME challenges.
Yeah, and both seasons, right?
Both season, he's
Yeah.
a member of the 20 challenge club for
Even
both
a greater
seasons.
challenge to hold the title. And yeah, next we have Christian Rastasano from France.
He's the man behind the verified components for financial analysis with KNIME.
Yeah, he has a few example workflows for our finance metrics components already in KNIME Hub. Merci. And Lo Yushi from China.
Luo wrote a book, an introduction to KNIME in Chinese. So I think, as far as we know, it's one of the first books in Chinese about KNIME.
He's also active on forum, Pahuni.
So now for these 4 people, we have they couldn't come here. So we have a video, we have put together a video from the videos that they sent us to thank for the award. So I'm going to play it now.
Hello everyone, I'm Luo Yuxi.
Hello there, KNIMers. I'm Chris, and I'm really glad to receive this award.
Hi everyone, it's a great honor to receive this trophy, and thank you so much KNIME team for this big surprise for me.
Thank you, KNIME, for this incredible honor. Your recognition really fuels my passion for data analytics even more.
I started sharing what I learned about KNIME on the social media almost every day. And then I got this trophy. Amazing.
I was chosen as August monthly contributor for my Chinese book, KNIME Visual Data Analysis.
What I really like about KNIME is that you can always count on a community that is built around this software and that is always going to help you if you have some challenge.
KNIME, when I started learning curve was very, very steep. And it was quite easy and user-friendly to learn.
And my favorite part of KNIME is data app on the web portal. I can build a web app with no coding.
So what I'm doing with the KNIME these days is, apart from doing the day-to-day job as a consultant, I've recently developed some financial components, financial indicators, so some tools that are calculating some indicators in terms of investments, and I put them on the hub. So I encourage you also to develop your own components. It's really easy to deploy.
My journey with KNIME extends far beyond the innovative tools. What makes KNIME extraordinary for me is the devoted team tirelessly working behind the scenes.
I appreciate the KNIME community's great help and encouragement. Thank you so much. Arigato.
Enjoy your cake day and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Here's a wishing everyone a joyful cake day.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for sending us the video. And next, we have Dayanjan Vijay from US. And
so he's better known as Professor Shanaka, and he's the person behind many of the KNIME initiatives around digital healthcare.
Yeah, he's the organizer of a students hackathon at VCU. Yep. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
And then, of course,
yeah, sure. We have Stephen Ruffley from UK.
Stephen couldn't be here today. He was supposed to be here. He's the developer of the Vernalis Nodes extension everybody has been using.
Yeah, I have used
them.
Yeah, they have DB nodes. There's so many different types of loops, and they have nodes to handle collections. So many different nodes.
Everybody has used the Vernalis extension.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have Artem Riazik from Sweden.
Artem is also behind the extensions developed by Redfield.
Yeah, they have NLP, BERT extensions, very useful.
You have used those extensions too?
Yeah, actually, I have tried them. I was one of the first to try them.
Oh.
Yeah. And touch Artem. Yeah, you have Katsutaka Yasu from Japan again.
He's also the winner of the season 1 of the Just KNIME challenges, and he's also in this current challenge and past challenge in the 20 challenge club.
Challenges. Yeah. Arigato.
Thank you.
We have Emiliano Amendola from Paraguay.
Another winner of the season 1 of the Just KNIME challenges.
And forum contributions, you know him from in forum as well. Gracias. You know all the languages.
Yeah.
And Dominique Saido from UK.
She's the author of the course for computer-aided drug design. So it's a long-standing course. People are still using it after many years.
So many workflows and components on Hub as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have, we have James Kim from South Korea.
Another author of a book this time in Korean, data pre-processing and integrated analysis with KNIME.
Yeah, he's the board member of KNIME Data Connecting Korea. 감사해요. I hope 감사해요. Yeah, it was the most difficult.
Next Data Connecting Korea, October 25th.
Don't miss it. And we have David Plummer from UK.
Another contributor of several Medium articles. Usually he explains how to put together KNIME and Python.
Yeah, and he actually supports the community in forum as well. Thank you.
Yep.
And we have Daniel Weicker from Germany.
Daniel is he's very popular in the Udemy platform because he has a course about KNIME with more than 6,000 students. KNIME crash course for beginners.
Yeah, he's a certified trainer and he's very active on forum as well. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Okay, and with this we conclude our Cake Day Award session. We hope we can see you the next year for the same Cake Day Award. We are going to hold that every year for the cycle from July to August of Contributors of the Month. Thank you everybody for remaining with us. Thank you to the Contributors of the Month for the fantastic help that they give to the KNIME community. And yeah, see you next year then.
Thank you.